Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a video where it no longer sounds like I'm in a helicopter that's about to take off. I have a new microphone, and thanks to Zoltan's and Ash's help, I got it to work eventually, so now I can actually do proper audio commentary. The game I'm gonna show you now is actually very much related to the discussion going on the forum about whether or not the +2 -2 tier spread should be reduced to +1 -1. I'm very much against that, and I'll show you why with this video. With Philip and I being bottom tier in this game, I didn't have high hopes about our survival, but I'll go where I always go and I do my best like I always do. And even though I'm a medium tank and Philip is in a light tank, which makes us even easier targets for the top tiers, that doesn't mean we can't do a heck lot. And I always feel like people greatly underestimate the possibilities that being bottom tier has. It makes for very epic carries, and when you do win and you do good, it feels so much better than when you're just top tier and you're pwning everyone, which is also incredibly fun, but that's just high tier skill clubbing. But being a tier 8 and being the only 2 tier 8s in a tier 10 game means that you have to play differently, you have to think about different things, you have to be more careful. The fact that the object is looking at me means that I can take less time aiming and more time just shooting very rapidly, with the risk that I actually miss my shots. Well, it's more important than ever to make them count. And with each shot you take, you have to think carefully about whether or not you're gonna aim fully and keep yourself exposed for longer, or whether you fire quickly like that with the risk that you bounce. It makes the game exciting, and I think and I fear that if you remove the 2 tier spread and reduce it, you actually make the game boring, because you're more likely to run into the same kind of enemies and the same kind of tanks over and over again. And matches like this would literally be impossible. While despite the enemy team not being the brightest bulb in the bunch, it's actually a very fun game for me and Philip, because it's a challenge, and we know that every mistake we make, we will pay dearly for it. So we have to be very careful with what we do, and even though we're mostly camping on the other side, we are still at risk, because those 2 tank destroyers are shooting at us. When you're bottom tier, you have to be so much more aware of your cover and where you are and where your enemies are than when you're top tier. You have to use different tactics, and you need a bit of luck to actually survive and do well. And you're more likely to need Pramo in order to do any damage at all, unless you can get behind the enemy. A game like this will just take more effort overall, and every enemy you meet will be hard to kill. But that by no means means that we haven't done well in this match. I mean, you'll see after this match the amount of damage that we did. The team wouldn't have won without us doing it, and without the team behaving like they did. It worked really well. And in a way, every second of this game is nerve-wracking, because we know we can die so easily. And when you're bottom tier like this, you have to think outside the box, you have to use different tactics than you normally would. And I think that if the tier spread is lessened, it will actually make the game very boring, because people will be more and more stuck in the habits, especially in the high tiers. It will become hopelessly predictable. So I'm hoping you will all vote no, because even if only 1 in 5 games where your bottom tier ends like this, it's still worth it and it makes the game epic. So that's my 2 cents on the whole matter. So make up your mind, decide what you want out of the game, and vote accordingly on the Blitz forum.